We got 20 on the attendance. Who the fuck are? Oh, I know who we're missing. Oh, I know who we're missing. We are missing Easy 10. We are missing Easy 10. I don't have him added, I think. I don't have him added, I think.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to AM2. This time out, we are in Silverstone. Last week, we had a great race in Circuit of the Americas with Big Mama Frank, I believe, winning the AlphaTauri with the two Red Bulls behind him. But going into our standings, I guess, it looks like our constructors, Aston Martin is on top, only by 11 points to Red Bull, so it's pretty close behind them. But McLaren right behind, as well as AlphaTauri chasing as well. Haas in top five, Mercedes sixth, Alfa Romeo seventh, Ferrari eighth, Williams ninth, Alpine 18 points. Not much better in AM3. I wish they don't seem to be performing too well this season, but maybe they can get some good results here. But to the drivers, Electric Blade 29 points ahead of Stubley, with Orlando just 10 points behind Stubley, 39 points total behind the leader. Matt Duo in the other Aston, P4. Spanini, P5. He jumped up 2 spots from last race. Mel Cartone, 6. Jay and Fire Gab, the 2 Mercedes behind. Shuey, the McLaren driver, 9th. And Hood Kool-Aid Man rounding out the top 10. But this time out, as I said earlier, we are in Silverstone. And I am Mindset with my co-commentator, Zenki. How's it going?
Good, man. Happy to be back for another week of AM2 racing. Interesting and fun fact to point out, it is unfortunate for my fellow constructor of Aston Martin as Stubley is no longer racing this season, so he's been out for, I think, I want to say close to 3 events, and he's still holding down second in the constructors. But that is a
Wow.
big blow to Aston Martin in the fight for the constructors here, as Matt Duo is without a full-time partner.
Yeah, I did not know that, as this is my first race in AM2 commentating, so It's definitely nice to be here. Definitely gotta learn the contenders in here. And it looks like, man, we already got the Alpha Tauri of Spanini. Or, no, JD, I'm sorry. I just looked over there and saw Spanini, but JD already going through Maggots and Beckett's. Looks like he's getting ready to start his lap quick. He is on the medium, so
I was about to say interesting, interesting choice of tire for qualifying.
Yeah, I mean, it also does look kind of cloudy outside, so maybe some rain going on. But if he's going out on mediums, I feel like the rain is definitely going to stay away. So we'll definitely see how that goes. But yeah, starting his lap right now, we'll see what kind of a banker he puts down. A little bit of a wiggle out the last corner. Got to keep it valid to start his lap. Coming through turn 1 into the deep braking of Village, I believe. I don't know all the corner names, just some of the main ones. But coming out of the straight, you want to make sure you get a good exit so you get all of the speed down here. Looked like there was a Alfa Romeo spun right there. I'm not sure, but looks like the Alpine's going to get out of the way nicely for him. Through Sector 1, he does a 27.887. Not sure how good or bad that is yet. Coming down the old pit straight now. Another corner where you need to have a good exit. It's crucial there to make sure you maintain all that speed. Coming down into Cops now. Oh. Okay. And JDTV is out of the session.
Truthfully, I've been working to invite someone who got kicked, but in the background, I've seen what just happened, and
that might have been worse than the crash that Max had at Cops not too long ago. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully he can get out of the car. Yeah, that was that was definitely interesting. But it looks like the next drivers are our Haas drivers of Pablo and Mail Carton, or SR Frame. Sorry, SR Frame on 103.577 through Sector 2 with his teammate right behind him. Coming through Stowe now. Back end gets out of behind him just a little bit. Gonna finish his lap here. Coming into the last two corners. Keep it close. Don't want to touch those sausage curbs. They can really move your car either way. Coming to the line. The first time on the board is a 27.548. Lap by him. Pablo. I know Pablo well. A 26.763. So almost 0.8 quicker than his teammate. So our frame has some time to gain there.
That'll be interesting. Pablo won last night in AM3, ended qualified on pole. Going to be looking to carry that good fortune into reserving here in AM2.
Yeah, last week's winner, Big Mama Frank. I love that name. Going to be starting his first lap of this session. Looks like everybody except 4 people are going to be on a lap. 5 are in the Alpine. Goes P2, just about 2/10 behind him. There you go, Matt Duo, the Aston Martin driver, pardon me. P1 by a 10th and a bit there. Good lap from him. Deathstorm P6. Looks like we have a Mercedes crossing the line. And Fire Gab, yeah, there you go. P1, half a tenth to Matt Duo there. Times are definitely cooking up here. This Fraggly Fivers teammate goes P5 right behind his teammate. Good lap from him. Bandute in the Red Bull P6. And looks like we got the Haas boys coming into the pit lane in unison. With Spanini going to be finishing his first lap.
There we go. Got him in. All right, what have I missed?
Not too much. Spanini, there you go. Goes P1 by 4/10. Good lap by Spanini. Definitely putting a big gap. Oh, 5-place grid penalty. Not sure what happened with him and Deathstorm, but it looks like Deathstorm's off the track. Maybe tried to go too wide in the Cops. Not sure, but JDTV, I think my controller got broken, so that might be the reason why he went at 200 miles per hour into the wall. But 5er into the pits. Next closest person, Fragley, he's not on a lap, as well as Deathstorm. So not much action on the track right now. Everybody finishing their lap or going into the pits.
Oh. Is that... If he's left the...
Not sure what's going on there. Looks like maybe E. Warren is on his second lap coming through Maggots and Beckett's. Got to keep the car tight. Make sure your rear end does not come out on these corners. Through the thing. No, he's not on his lap. Okay. I believe Big Mama Frank, yeah, as well, not on a lap. Orlando, just a little bit down on his time. Might be on a lap here. Coming down the hangar straight. 8/10 down. He is not on a lap, man. Our Ferrari driver, he will be starting his lap next time he crosses the line, as well as Electric Blade. He is on his out lap, so he will be starting soon enough. I guess we'll go on board with Ka, a nice simple name. Nice little fun word to say. Gonna make sure he sets up nicely to get a good run in the last corner here. We'll go on board with him. JDTV joins back. It's good. Coming into turn 1. Cuts it nice and close. Runs out wide. Keeps the car tidy. Into the first hard braking zone of the track. Keep it close to the sausage curb. Goes a little bit deep there. Make sure you also want to have a good exit. Very hard to not have wheel spin out of that corner. Cut it close. Open DRS. Seems like a tidy first sector so far. Maybe a little bit he can improve on. Purple sector 1 at 27.523. Maybe it's purple. Who knows with the game. Hopefully that's fixed for F124. Coming down the old pit straight now into Cops. Let's see if he takes it flat. I assume he will. I'm not going to pull up the telemetry. But runs it out wide. Keeps the car in between the white lines. Coming through Maggots and Beckett's now. Probably one of the most satisfying pieces of corners on the game if you get it right. Looks like he might have messed it up just a little bit early. Turned in slightly early. Opens DRS down the hangar straight. Says he's double purple. See where Ka goes. P2. A 126.450. Still about 3/10 to Spanini. So great lap by Spanini. Chewy went P14 with his lap, as well as Electric Blade in the Red Bull P7. Good lap by him. Looks like Jay in the Mercedes is going to be setting his first lap, as well as his teammate Firegab in P3 right now. Going to be starting his second lap of the session. 8 minutes left.
Interesting. For some reason, Kane isn't able to take control of the car. We're trying to get it sorted out. At the moment, we have a Alfa Romeo glitched out in T3.
Oh, okay. That is the car there. Okay, yeah. Pablo, though, coming to the line. He was up on his time last time I saw it. P2. Just barely jumps Ka by 1/2 tenth. Still 2.5 tenths to Spanini. Really makes you wonder if Spanini has a lot more in his time, or if that was a really good time from him. But looks like we have a Williams, as you can see the Alfa Romeo there of Death Storm, I believe. Yeah, about to start his lap, with Orlando about to start his as well. S7J. P4 jumps his teammate just slightly, very close between them, and Kane disqualified for parked in a dangerous location. It took the stewards quite a long time to come to that decision there, but that's definitely unfortunate. As long as he can get in, hopefully that will make it better. But Matt Duo, a 26-1 for Matt Duo, puts himself top of the board, jumping Spiniti a 126.106. Good lap from him. As E. Warren in the Williams going to be starting his next lap. Pablo, no. Sorry, I'm so used to Pablo being in the AlphaTauri and AM3, but Big Mama Frank 6/10 up. To the line, P7. Good lap by that AlphaTauri driver right there.
Who else do we got? Argab invalidated.
Fragley going to be starting his lap. Looks like we have quite a few drivers starting a lap. Not
E. Warren is on a hot lap. He is 0.3 down on his current time.
says he was 3.3 tenths up. We'll see. Coming through cops right now. Cuts it close. Doesn't run out too wide. Keeping the speed through Maggots and Beckett's. We'll see what his split time is through here. Looks like we have an Aston Martin off track. I think that might be the Alfa Romeo of Kane still driving around after being disqualified. And it says E. Warren 5.5 tenths up.
See, that's just you and I having different communication. I see a negative sign, and I know that it's a good thing, but I could just call it down. We're on the same page,
Oh,
different wordage.
okay.
I got you. I got you.
Okay,
We'll
I'm
be in
sorry.
sync. First time together in the booth. We got this.
Yeah. We gotta get our chemistry. And 6.5 tenth improvement by E. Warren puts himself P8. And I think everybody else is gonna be going into the pits, getting ready for their last runs with only how much time left?
I'm looking at a caution.
4:30.
4.5, I believe, is what I read.
Yeah, so yeah, everybody in the pits. 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 cars out on track right now.
I believe we have a Ferrari about to be starting their hot lap. The lonesome Ferrari driver. Speaking of Ferrari, what do you think of the teaser or leaks of possible Ferrari liveries come Miami?
You know, I was scrolling on Instagram just before the race, and I saw the blue, and I was like, oh my god. Yeah,
Dynaco.
Personally, yeah, everybody's saying, oh, they look like they should be working at a gas station. And I don't know, I personally love the blue. If they come out with like an electric blue, all blue Ferrari, that would be nutty.
It just makes me think even more of cars, you know, the red Lightning McQueen, blue Dynaco McQueen.
Yeah, right.
Colors are almost exactly
yeah, that
the
would be
same.
crazy. Yeah. Then we got Kick Sauber as Chick Hicks. Oh, and Cuz spins it out of the corner. Maybe that was the commentator curse right there. We were talking too much about Ferrari. But yeah, I mean, that would be crazy to definitely see a nice electric blue Ferrari on the grid.
3 minutes left. He should be able to quickly dive into the pits and head back out. I don't know how much fuel he has. He could try to save up as much battery as he possibly could now.
Yeah, I think if he goes in the pits now, I don't think he'll be able to make it out with such a long pit lane here. But looks like we have all of our contenders heading out of the pit lane. Looks like Pablo's going to want to be the first one to set his last time here. Maybe rain on the horizon. Still looking cloudy. It'll definitely be an interesting race. The times do seem pretty high, so I think people are running their normal setup, so I don't think rain will be a problem here.
I do know AM2 has been, safe to say, just plagued with rain this year.
Really?
We had a few drops come down in the last 2 laps of AM3 last night, but nothing to worry about. Didn't affect the race.
Yeah. Well, looks like Orlando, I believe. Yeah. Going to be taking over the lead of this main pack right here. Going to set his time first, just by the looks of it for now. But every single driver coming out of the pit lane. We'll see if Cug getting put in the garage right now. Yeah, I think his qualifying is over. I think everybody who hasn't been out of the pit lane right now is done. So I think that Mercedes of Fire Gab is going to be cutting it really close. But we'll go on board with Orlando, and then we'll trickle down the standings after everybody crosses the line. So Orlando, show us what you can do. A minute left. Where can he go? Coming through turn one into the hard braking zone of Village. Really tough to get it. Make sure you don't lose your rear end here. No wheel spin on either exits here. Been saying it all day. Got to get a good run. Sorry about that.
As Ka retires, he's sitting P6 at the moment. He's going to be hoping, truthfully, for some of these guys not to pass him.
It's the game might be glitching, but I'm pretty sure it said Pablo was 4 and almost a half tenths up on his time just through sector 1 right there. It was either 4 or 3.5 tenths. I'm not sure which one it was, but Orlando could be on a flyer right here. Coming through Maggots and Beckett's after a good cops. Keep the car close to the white lines. Use the curbs. Make sure not to use too much to have your rear end come out on you. DRS open right now. 6 tenths up. Right now, he is going to smash the pole time. 5 seconds left. The Mercedes just crosses the line. The Alpine will not get there. Qualifying over. Orlando has a time for pole right now as it stands.
Pablo, 2 tenths up on his time, following behind.
To the line. Orlando loses, only improved by half a tenth, basically. Pablo 3.5 tenths up. SR Frame goes P5. Pablo P1. 3 tenths for Pablo. Good lap by him. Bandu stays P11. Got a little bit of time here now. I really want to
jump over to our P3 guy. See where we're looking. He is almost 2 tenths up. Would not suffice
gonna put
to
him
get
close.
pole. Matt
Rides
Duo
the curves,
actually,
goes wide.
Matt Duo 2 tenths up as well. Matt Duo is looking to make it close here with Pablo for that provisional pole.
Oh, Spanini P2 definitely lost some time going wide there. 2 tenths in the bag for Matt Duo right now. To the line, last corner. Where does he go?
Oh,
P1.
it's gonna be close. Ooh.
Great lap by Matt Duo. Fire Gab is around at the end of Stowe. In the wall. He'll just retire right there. And there is your qualifying. I would really love to know what happened to Orlando. Maybe it was a visual glitch. But what was it? 6 tenths up that it said through Sector 2?
Oh. Looking here. We have a 5 position grid penalty there for Pfeiffer of the Alpine.
Yeah, I believe that was
going from 7th to 12th.
It was contact with Deathstorm, I think.
Right, I'll quickly run through here as it's counting down. On pole, Matt Duo, followed by Pablo. In third, Spanini. 4th, Fire Gab. 5th, Orlando. 6th, Big Mama Frank. 7th, SR Frame. 8th, Cut. 9th, F7 RJ. 10th, E Warren. 12th, Fiverr, or no.
Yeah, I think
11th,
so.
Electric Blade. 12th,
There
Fiverr.
you go.
Then Chewy and Van Duten for the I tried.
That's all right.
That grid penalty messed with me hard.
No, you're good. You're
Math.
good. You're good. Oh, looks nice and sunny out here today.
Oh damn, you're ahead of me. Must be nice.
I'm
Must
sorry.
Be that host privilege.
Yeah, but what are your thoughts on F124 so far after the first, I guess, teaser gameplay reveal, I guess?
I'll be completely honest with you. I have been so swamped at university with school and baseball that I have not looked at anything on the game. I haven't even purchased it, like pre-order anything. Just trying to get through, or about to start my finals.
Oh, yeah, that's rough. I know the second deep dive for the game, I believe, is tomorrow, so that'll definitely be interesting to look for after work.
I'm gonna steal something that AM2 driver Deathstorm mentioned last night, this is Aston Martin's home race with their facility being right next door here to the track at Silverstone. Matt Duo, our lone Aston Martin driver, parking it on pole at his home race. Gotta feel good.
Yeah, for sure. And looking at the chat, it looks like we got some insider info from Pablo Plays saying some rain at about halfway through the race. So that will definitely spice things up here at the midway point of the race if it is true. But yeah, it's got to feel good for Matt Duo to be on pole in his team's home race. Is what is it? It's like 2 or 3 teams home race, right?
Uh, oh, see, this is why I said I stole it from Deathstorm. That guy's real knowledgeable. I'm not. I got school stuff on my brain at the moment. I could tell you about
Nope.
motor development, but I won't because that is 5 lights and away we go, underway. AM2 at Silverstone.
All right. Nobody jumped the gun straight away right there, but looks like Spanini gets the good jump, gets P2 on Pablo Plays here through turn 1. Looks like everybody keeps it clean behind, no spinners. Matt Duo will keep it coming down the line. Looks like Pablo's going to be trying to hold off the move on Orlando, dropping down some places right there. Fire Gab, going to try and go around the outside. Everybody keeping it clean for the most part. No spinners, I believe. Great start.
I'll quickly roll through. I'm looking for end plates missing. It would appear we have had a very clean start here.
Oh, Pablo!
AM2.
Going, trying to get down the inside of Big Mama Frank after starting P2, I believe, for Pablo. He's down to P5. Not the greatest start he would wish for. But coming into Cops, looks like nobody's going to try and make it too wide.
Quickly gonna look here, see what kind of rainbow we got, as it does bring up the possible race strategies for me. We got a good mix, actually. Primarily hard tires, but a lot better mix compared to last night of mediums and softs.
Sorry to interrupt you, but Spanini going for the lead of the race. Matt Duo just gonna tuck behind Spanini after he makes the move. Our front 2 are on hards. Matt Duo not going to look for the move. Orlando, though, on the mediums, going to try and find his way through, as well as Big Mama Frank on the softs right behind.
I do know that at least F1 esports wise, it was soft to medium or medium to soft, and even what do we have? We have Kane. Spun it in the last turn. Was able to quickly check back, got a little donut action from him. Been a rough start here as he was not able to take control and qualify, and now spin at the end of lap 1. At least it's lap 1 though. He's got another 24 to go. Anything can happen.
Yeah, it looked like F7J had a little bit of a moment there as Deathstorm and Jay looking for a battle back here in the pack, but looks like we kind of might have 2 trains forming here. Looks like it's from P8 to P1, and then if Bandute can't hold on, it's Bandute all the way down to Deathstorm. So 2 wide through Cops as E. Warren gonna look for the move. These 3 right here really close through Maggots and Beckett's, so you can get the better run onto the hanger straight. Looks like E. Warren with the better line. Gonna be using battery Fragley, our first contender with a battery, coming down into Stowe. Gonna be 2 wide.
I do know, at least from my experience last night.
Oh, he's doing flips. Oh my God, he's dead.
They're both dead.
There's no safety car. Okay, we keep going. I'm pretty sure safety car is on. If you want to check that,
I don't have a safety car on my. I think everybody got passed in time. They're letting it ride.
Wait,
that safety crew is on fire.
Can you check the settings and see if there is safety car on? I'm pretty sure there is. I really hope there is, but if not, my apologies.
Mindset,
Is it not on?
maybe.
No, I'm so sorry. I swear it was on. Well,
Well,
that explains it. I'm terribly sorry for that mistake. That's that I hope that does not ruin the race.
it'll be real tough for our
Yeah.
back two of Ka and
Oh, I'm
Kane to
so
catch up.
sorry.
It's gonna.
I swear last time I hosted I did not change the settings and there was safety car on. But I guess we live and we learn. I'm terribly sorry to the people in the back that needed the safety car. I thought it was on, but we got to move on. But yeah, fiver to Spanini, 8th to 1st in a train, and Bandu to all the way down to Deathstorm in another train.
It's definitely gonna be interesting. I do know with such a long pit lane, the undercut here is so powerful. It'll be very interesting to see when we finally start seeing people pit, especially with such long DRS trains. Those on the softer tire compound are going to be able to stretch it out, just utilize DRS to their advantage. At the moment, our top two are on the hards, Big Mama Frank on the softs, and Orlando on the mediums. I'll be interested to see what Frank and Orlando go to. As Electric Blade is going to pass his teammate for 10th.
Looks like Chewy also going to pass Bandu here. Going to try and go too wide into Stowe. Electric Entree, our championship leader, or Electric Blade, sorry. I'm too used to Entree and AM3. But still going to be battling with his teammate and Chewy here. Chewy going to get the move done with F7J having a little bit of a mishap there, but now JDTV, the guy that went 300 miles per hour into the wall at Cops, his mechanic somehow got his car up and running. But we have a nice big DRS train here. Matt Duo could have maybe looked for the move here. No, he's going to stay behind and wait for the DRS on the hanger straight. F7J, 5-second time penalty. Van Dude as well, 3 seconds. Looks like fire gap right on the back of Pablo here. Going to be looking to get the move done and move up into P5. Will get it done with the help of DRS.
We'll say.
Goes wide though.
Just to see already where we're at. How many warnings is it before you get a penalty?
It's 3.
3?
Yeah. Well, it's technically 2, and then your third one's the penalty.
Quite a few. A lot of warnings so far. I'll say that. I'm not going to go naming names, but
yeah, it is kind of surprising with the how early it is in the race, and just looking at the field and how spread it is, I'm so terribly sorry still. But Orlando going to be looking for the move on Big Mama Frank. Big Mama Frank is blinking. They go wide. Big Mama Frank on the softs. Orlando on the mediums. Look like the mediums are going to be the better tire right now. Around the outside. Whew. Nice and close there. Great move by Orlando. And Orlando, yeah, going to be taking the third last podium spot. Looks like we do have some clouds rolling into the circuit. So rain definitely could spice it up. And JDTV 8, 3-second time penalty. Not ideal for him. Matt Duo, though, looking for the move here. Going to be taking the lead of the race. Spanini maybe hit the back of him. Maybe that was desync. But Matt Duo, the leader. Looks like we have our first diver in the pit. JD or Big Mama Frank. Excuse me. We'll
That
see
is
if.
going to be the highest soft runner.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Pitting lap 7, I'd imagine he's going to the hards here.
yeah, I would think
I
maybe
know,
though he'd want to
I know
try and
for
stick it
me,
out.
at least me personally, I started on the mediums and I took those to I pitted lap 15. And in our race, a lot of the soft runners went to 10, 11. So a
Yeah,
fairly
that is
early pit
quite
stop
early.
from him. And he goes to the mediums
That makes sense.
with the rain. We got that insider info at the beginning. With the rain, he might just be... The softs may not make it in time, I'd imagine. Be interesting to see if it pays off. Technically, this could be the undercut of the century.
Yeah. But yeah, I would think that he would, because he was in the DRS train, so it's kind of confusing on why he would just get out of it, especially with rain maybe on the way here in the coming laps, especially with these clouds as well. But Matt Duo not getting the greatest exit out of Maggots and Beckett. It's going to leave him vulnerable to the Spanini with DRS here into Stowe corner. Matt Duo goes defensive. Spanini going to try and take it around the outside. Spanini goes off. Matt Duo still wide. Going to stay behind. Good defending by Matt Duo there. But yeah, like Jan said, the pit lane time is so long around here. He would think he would definitely want to hold on to the DRS train right there.
Matt Duo as our lone Aston Martin driver, not only trying to fight in the constructor or in the drivers championship, he's laying it on the line for his constructor.
Give me a better camera angle. Like it was giving me an onboard. Orlando out of nowhere.
What a move.
Yeah, I wish we could have saw that there. I just saw the McLaren front wing come out of nowhere, but Orlando now going to be looking to take the lead of the race here on lap 8. Coming into Cobb's corner now as I drop my water. Going to be keeping it really close to Matt Duo here through Maggots and Beckett's a 10th here. Let's see how maybe the dirty air affects him. As I did see. Oh, is that rain coming down? There's my screen glitching. Rain is coming down. Orlando making the move, lead for the race right here. Rain is right now, so that pit by Big Mama Frank might not have been the greatest idea. Let's see if Orlando decides to pit. No, gonna stay out one more. We'll see how many drivers decide to pit here. None. Okay. So now we'll see how wet the track gets and how long it stays, but that's definitely interesting.
I would say Orlando is definitely going to be in the best case scenario for driving in the rain on the mediums as the highest softer compound tire, I guess.
Bro, what is... Oh my... These camera angles, man. We gotta have a talk, F123. No, but yeah. Rain still coming down. I assume it'll stay with us for a minute. Our top 5, almost our top 7, all in a DRS train. SR Frame dropping out just a little bit as he comes back into it. Looks like Bandute getting
I'm on board for this. Deathstorm going down the inside after the DRS.
Oh, they
sticking it to the outside. A little bit of a kiss. A smooch, a peck.
Looks like Bandute was on the softs though, and Deathstorm on the medium. So, or hards, pardon me, for Deathstorm. So Bandute, I assume, is going to be probably pitting this lap. I'd probably pit this lap to try and make the move. But Matt Duo going for the lead of the race on Orlando yet again through Stowe. Orlando trying to get the switchback. There is puddles on the track. Nobody is pitting yet.
Interesting.
I feel like, honestly, if I'm like Fiverr at the back of this front runner train right here, I might pit and try and just go for it. Because I am losing DRS from him.
Any of our guys at the back, you know,
Yeah,
Big Mama Frank,
yeah, Big Mama Frank,
Deathstorm. Maybe it looks worse.
Yeah,
our point of
maybe
view.
it's a visual glitch or something like that, but we'll see. I mean, actually, I guess going on board, the track looks a lot worse than when we're outside from the cars. But I think I'd say this lap, I feel like drivers definitely got a pit here. With Spanini trying to look for the move on Orlando as Entree gets the move done on the other McLaren of Chewy as he goes off track slightly there. But through cops. Actually, we'll bring up the telemetry to see how much different these drivers' inputs are. I mean, it definitely seems like they're more tentative on the throttle here, but DRS still on, so I mean, it can't be too bad. Orlando gonna stay behind, not gonna go for it through still. Let's see if we have any pitters. Kane, 3-second time penalty. Matt Duo with a bad exit here. Too wide for Orlando and Matt Duo. I wish we could see it, but these camera angles.
My camera angle currently has me on Spanini's front wing. And I will say, oh, we have our first pitter.
Yeah, there you go, Fiver. Like we said.
Our coming off the softs.
Bandit speeding penalty. Unfortunate for him. That'll probably end his race, as I've messed up with no safety car.
And Fiver has gone on to the intermediates. There's a lot of our back runners. Deathstorm joining in. Kane opting not to pit as he is on the mediums. Big Mama Frank also not pitting.
Jan has said as well, just brought it to my attention, that Haas will have to double stack unless one of them decide to run one lap longer, which by the looks of it, it looks like, the track is just getting worse. You can now see the rain hitting the track, so you can see the puddles on the curb. So I think Fiver might have made a really good choice here as Chewy spins off the track. Yeah, it's unfortunate for him.
He has no front wing anymore. He's gonna, and sadly, that has happened at the start of Sector 2. He's gonna have to try and baby this car on slicks through the rain with no wing.
And Matt Duo goes in. Orlando stays out. Let's see. Spanini and Pablo and Haas are not going to be double stacking. Oh, in Pablo. Oh, okay. Oh, I think that's really rough for Pablo there. It looked like he might have just barely tapped Spanini, but he overtook Spanini into the pit lane. Yeah, it looks like complete interest conditions now as we're going on board with Orlando. As you can see, all the water on the sausage curbs. We'll see where Fiver, our first pitter, comes out in all of this. As he is rounding his way around the last few corners, we'll see how many drivers he jumps here. So you can see everybody in the pits. We will see. It looks like we're well, he was 7th, right, before he pit? And it looks like he's going to stay.
He's gonna be top 5?
And, oh, yeah. Yeah, he will be because Orlando and SR Frame still have to pit. So Fiver looking to gain 2 spots. A good early pit for him. We'll go on board with Matt Duo since he is our race lead.
Provisional.
Yeah, provisional
leader
is the word. We'll see how much time Orlando and SR Frame really lost here with everybody on the grid now enters besides our top 2.
Doing some quick math, I believe Orlando is roughly almost 30 seconds ahead. Close. Around that 29 to 30.
Yeah.
As he is diving in. I'd imagine there's no shot SR Frame stays out here. He has a 22-second gap. This pit lane will get you, though.
Yeah.
Not only is it incredibly long and slow, but the entry, I believe, is 37. I don't know if you use mile or kph, but I know miles it was 37.
Yeah, I do use miles, but here we go. On board with Matt Duo here. Orlando to the enters as well as SR Frame, obviously. Matt Duo crossing the line right now And it looks like he's going to come out clear, as well as Pablo and Spanini, I believe, going to come out clear of Orlando. So Orlando's coming out of the pits now.
Pfeiffer gonna jump one. That was close.
Yeah.
It'll cost Frame. I think it costed Frame more than it costed Orlando.
Yeah. Frame down to 7th now. Orlando losing 3 spots on that undercut right there. But Orlando, though, with a 2.2 second lead over Pablo, as Spanini going to try and hold it around the outside of Pablo on the rain, and DRS disabled. Spanini, better traction than Pablo, going to easily get the move done into Cops. Orlando just looking behind, trying to get the move, considering Pablo has a penalty. So we'll see what Orlando decides to do.
Be interesting. With DRS getting disabled, is the rain going to get bad enough that we might see some people risk it on the wets?
Yeah, for sure. So Orlando going to be making the move on Pablo here down the inside and Stowe. Pablo can't really do much about it except to watch him just dive down the inside right there. Good move by Orlando. As Fiverr getting pressured by SR Frame and the Haas right there. Orlando, though, now close to Spanini. Really good exit for Orlando there, all over the back of him. Going to be almost too wide into the corner already. Got to get the move done before the corner even happens. Spanini going to try and look for the switchback maybe. Try and get the better line. No. Just going to have to stay behind Orlando and try and stay with him to pull him up to Matt Duo.
Matt Duo looking to just further this gap he has created. Hold out. I truthfully don't know based on the track. I know the other tire compounds, you know, do wear out fairly quickly. I don't know if we'll see people pit again for another set of inters, or if these are going to be the tires they take to the end, as we have 12 and a half, about to be 11 remaining.
Yeah. Oh, and Fiverr having a good race up to this point, gets a 3-second time penalty. That'll definitely hurt him. I mean, still, yeah, like you said, 12 laps, about to be 11 laps to go. So he still has plenty of time to make a gap in the rain.
That being said, Orlando has almost cut it in. He has cut it in half.
Yeah.
Last I had looked, it was 2 2/10, and it's down to now 1 1/10, almost less than a full second. He is. That man has a wet setup, or he loves the rain.
Yeah, right? I think, I mean, Orlando did have a relatively good qualifying, so I think he's just really confident in the rain here.
I do know he does have technically 1 lap fresher inters, but I couldn't imagine they'd be making this big of a difference, as he's already about to be on the diffuser of Matt Duo.
Yeah. We'll go to our position changes here. Orlando up 3 spots. I mean, maybe, yeah, he did sacrifice some positions in quali for this wet setup. Blade up 4 spots, Fiverr up 4, JD up 8 spots. Big Mama Frank with a early pit stop on those softs will have him down 7 spots. So we have some winners, not too many losers, unfortunately, but not unfortunately, but you know what I mean.
I got you. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Don't you worry.
Thank you. But yeah, Orlando now all over the back of Matt Duo, as well as that brought Spanini into play. And Fire Gab spinning off the track. Going to be trying to get his car going. Looks like he has his wing intact still. Just lost it out of stow by the looks of it. And Orlando got the move done. He was 4 tenths back. I didn't think he would be able to do it, but he did.
I don't know. He is a rocket ship compared to everyone else here, as Spanini right on the rear of Matt Duo.
Oh,
Pause.
Matt Duo, though, with the great exit here. Maybe using his battery too wide. Orlando going to try and look for the cutback.
I'll tell you, these top four, arguably top three, Pablo with that penalty, he's just going to be looking to keep the gap where it is to his teammate behind him. Regardless, it would be a 4-5 at the moment for Haas. These top three, I think it's going to be the next 9.5 laps, or
Yeah.
we could see Spanini into first and Matt down to third and Orlando into third. We could.
I mean, yeah, we can't really, unfortunately, yeah, with Pablo's penalty, we can't really count him out, but I mean, just an incident between these two and Pablo could bring home a P2, maybe even a win if it collects all of them. So, I mean, if Pablo just stays behind, who knows, maybe he can get a podium, but yeah, these top three really close to each other as Spanini all over the back of Orlando. Pause.
Electric Blade getting by SR Frame to create a Haas sandwich.
Yeah, I'd like to be in between a Haas sandwich.
That was a good one. I'll give you that one.
Thank you.
Almost broke me there, I'm not gonna lie. But these top three, I believe it's anyone's race here.
Yeah,
Arguably three of our best drivers here in AM2.
Let's see. Is Orlando going to go for the move here? Matt Duo goes defensive. Orlando not going to be able to keep it around the outside, but Spanini did lose some time there. He might have had a mistake or two, but Orlando touching Matt Duo. Going to look for the run down into Cops here. And look for the move maybe on the hanger straight into Stowe. Yeah, not going to get the move done on Cops. Going to stay behind.
I'll say Matt's defense.
Yeah, he is a really good D here.
Rudy Gobert-esque.
Yeah, Depoy. Victor Wembanyama. As Orlando, good exit here. Matt Duo. Gotta go defensive. No, gotta stay behind. Fire gap, 3-second time penalty. Matt Duo putting on a defensive masterclass here.
I quickly look to see what kind of penalties we are,
Kane,
as there is another one.
Time penalty.
Pablo with 5 or 3.
Oh, Pablo has 5?
He does have 5.
That's rough.
JD 6, Ka 3, Bandut 8, Kane 6, F7R 3. As JD does get by the Alpina Fiber.
Yeah, I mean, Pablo, though, has caught back up to at least DRS range of this train. No DRS is on, but he is there if it does.
I believe someone's in the pits.
Yeah, looks like Fiverr. Let's see. Maybe he goes to Wets. No, he went to a new fresh of meat. Enters, pardon me, it looks like. So
he was our first pitter. He arguably, if it is a necessary two-stop, well, maybe he doesn't have his tire pressures completely dialed in and his tires are just dying regardless of the conditions. It will be interesting to see. You know, I wish we could see tire percentages.
Yeah, I hope that's a thing. But, I mean, that really does. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it would be really cool. But, like, the stream sniping would be out of the world.
You just learn real quick who's good at managing their tires and getting
right.
their temps dialed in.
People would know I'm horrible at managing my tires. I'm full push every single lap.
I was able to survive medium to soft here last night. I had mine dialed in.
Like usually I can
Only finished 6th, but hey, they were dialed.
I can rock my old tire. Like in Portugal, I had like 80% old, or like 78% old tires, and they didn't feel bad, but I was just keeping them off the curbs just to make sure I didn't get a puncture. But
As again, our top three just
ooh,
a little
Spanini.
another little
Yeah,
just
just
letting him know he's there. You
yeah,
know,
just thank
good
you
to
for
see you
pulling me
again.
along, Orlando. Mwah.
Fiverr putting those. Oh no, we have another pitter. I believe that's
Dang.
F7R. Are we gonna see full wets? I don't think so. I think it'll be another set of inters. But yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Orlando, right. Imagine. Again, it's tough to say. I'm gonna quickly. I'm very interested. I want to know, kind of battery-wise, Orlando. He is burning at the moment, but 70%. Matt Duo only at 30. Spanini dwindling
you said
below
Orlando's
20.
at 70%.
Orlando has 70% ERS right now. That might be why he stopped fighting as hard as he did.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
honestly, I think I don't
we're
know
about to
though.
have 6 laps to go. Maybe he's kind of,
Yeah,
just like a tiger
I mean Orlando
hunting down his
or
prey.
sorry, Electric Blade going to be trying to hunt down Pablo in these last few laps to try and get him with his penalty. But Spanini has dropped back a considerable amount from these front two here.
Yeah, he's already down almost 2 tenths, seemingly almost out of nowhere. Would beg the question, did that little smooch, maybe slightly damage his wing?
Yeah,
Maybe just like a light yellow, but in the rain, that's big. That that might allow Pablo to even continue to catch and even maybe try to break his gap for that penalty, secure himself a podium here.
yeah. I mean Orlando's still right on the back of Matt Duo. I think it looks like almost 80% ERS for Orlando and maybe 40% ish for Matt Duo. So I mean, hey, F1 Esports BR, thank you for rating for the party and 9 people. Welcome in. We're 6 laps to go here at Silverstone, our top 2. Having a great battle.
It's gonna be very interesting to see, already showcasing some exquisite defense this race, the whole race really, Matt Duo, with the ERS difference, does his defense, kind of balance that out, and it is just gonna come down to somebody possibly sending it.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure. Oh, and Orlando, here we
Oh,
go. Orlando going to be maybe trying to break away from Matt Duo. I was going to say maybe I wonder if Orlando's just trying to stay behind until the last lap save battery. But here comes Matt Duo again. Too wide into the corner. Orlando hanging it around the outside. Going to get the power down. Keeps the move as of now. Can Matt Duo get a better exit? No, he can't. Orlando with the lead of the race. Looks like we have a yellow. Looks like it was a false yellow though. Matt Duo now. Gonna have to stay close to Orlando. We'll really see the pace difference here. We'll see if Orlando uses his battery or not. Matt Duo goes off track. He definitely needs to not get a penalty in that battle. Brought Spanini back into it, so we now have a 3-way battle again. And Matt Duo
Nini back into it, and
dropping
well, are
back.
we gonna see Orlando on the next straight maybe just dump? Not at the moment. The 2 behind, definitely. I wasn't able to check before the braking zone, but definitely looked like they were burning battery, but given the gap shortening that
Spanini
fast.
hits
But
Matt Duo. Oh my. I was on board with Spanini there. I was looking at his battery, and I saw him break deep there, almost spinning Matt Duo. And Orlando, that kind of gave him almost a free pass, you could say, right there to just pull away even farther. Matt Duo is definitely going to be fuming at that, but Pablo now close to Spanini. Electric Blade close to Pablo's battery penalty.
He has broken the 5 seconds, so currently that would put Pablo 5th, Electric Blade into 4th. As he went, maybe that is our commentator curse kicking in a little bit there. They had been battling so closely for so many laps to now there being almost 1.5 second gaps between our top 3.
Now, I will say Matt Duo is bringing that gap down between Orlando just a little bit, but Matt Duo is blinking on battery, and Orlando has 100% battery. So that just goes to show Orlando's pace right now in the rain. I mean, it's kind of surprising that he's even letting Matt Duo get this close. If I had 100% battery, I'm going away.
He's down to 87 now. He dumped a bit there. Arguably, it's almost like he's just toying with Matt. Matt might be thinking, they're similar battery, and as Orlando is dumping at the moment down that straight.
Yeah, it's definitely surprising, but yeah, Electric Blade now even closer to Pablo, so it almost seems like I'm not going to curse him, you know what? I'm not going to curse Blade. Hopefully. But, yeah, I mean, Matt Duo's still trying to put up a fight here, but to Orlando, I mean, huge battery difference, but Orlando is letting it happen here with 3 laps left in the race.
Orlando, if the tires are starting to wear out a bit on this track, Orlando is on the 1 lap better tires.
Matt Duo with a really good exit through there. Matt Duo, though, not using battery now by the looks of it. Looks like he's gained back up to maybe 20%, so Orlando with about 70%, so I mean, these drivers still big difference here. And Matt Duo, I saw that. That might end his race right there with the 3-second time penalty. Just overextends the corner, and that lets Spanini now come into the 2nd place position. Going to be trying to go for it on Stowe to maybe battle Orlando. No, Matt Duo breaks later. Got to get the move done.
It'll be interesting now for Matt. It's going to be all about making sure, because Pablo with the 5-second, he doesn't have to worry about it. It's going to be worrying about Electric Blade, making sure it's not 3 seconds.
Yeah, Electric Blade could get a podium here.
To at least maintain a podium spot here.
Yeah, for sure. We'll see. That'll definitely lift some nervousness off Orlando's shoulders. But Spanini definitely gonna want to get a move on here to try and get past Matt Duo to maybe even challenge Orlando for the win. But yeah, with 2 laps left, it's really winding down. Spanini has to make his moves now.
Technically, at the moment, our whole grid is in a McLaren sandwich. Just noticed.
Yeah. And Matt Duo looking for the move on Orlando right there. So the stream is lagging. I don't know why. Hopefully that fixes itself. Chewy retires in the pit lane. Looks like the stream sorted itself out. Sorry about that. And McLaren sandwich no longer. The commentator cursed it.
Looking to possibly make a move down the inside.
Oh! This is going to bring Spanini back into it. Going to run Orlando wide and Spanini. Gets them both. Orlando now down to P3 and Electric Blade right on the back of the train. Electric Blade will right now, as it stands, get a podium. in this McLaren car coming out of the pits. I think he's just a little late. Hopefully it doesn't. I don't think it will mess with any of them. But Spanini, out of nowhere, gets both Matt Duo and Orlando.
Orlando luckily does have, I believe he still has at least, yeah, he's got 70%. That's gonna be getting dumped in these final 2 laps.
And I think Orlando's gonna go for this move right here on Matt Duo. No. He's dumping, but I'm not sure why Orlando didn't try and run away while he had that 2-second gap, if I'm being honest. But Spanini now going to try and run away with Matt Duo holding Orlando. Orlando down the inside of Matt Duo. Going to get the better exit. Definitely going to burn his battery here. 60% compared to 0% basically. Orlando flies by. Here we go. We're going to have a last lap shootout here. It's really all going to come down to exits, I think. Yeah, the battery will help, but
Spanini at least not dwindling. Still 20% lower than Orlando, but going to come down to obviously keeping the car on track and a good line, but the ERS management is going to be crucial here for both of them.
Yeah,
Orlando wants a shot at stealing this win back.
I mean, I think if Spanini gets good exits out of these corners, I think the battery won't be too much enough for Orlando to get by. But I mean, as we say that Orlando
that one lap difference in tires.
Yeah.
Is it going to become a factor here?
If a Williams looks like in the back, Deathstorm going to be moving off to the side.
I believe he had a incident as he is just letting
maybe an engine issue. But here we go. Will Spanini...
Possibly a fuel?
We got to go for the move here. Spanini going defensive. Orlando going to try and stick it around the outside. No, Spanini breaks later. Keeps his car in a beautiful spot. Orlando going to look to try and do the same move he did on Matt Duo just a lap ago. Spanini needs to go defensive here. He does. Or not yet. He's going to leave the door open for Orlando. He will stay behind, though. It's going to come down to the last straight here.
Spanini was dumping there, however, as Deathstorm retires in pit lane. Orlando with a sizable battery difference as we're about to come into this last straight. It's going to be an all-out dump
Orlando
fest.
Didn't get the greatest exit there. I don't think it's going to be enough. Spanini most likely going to go defensive. Around the outside. Orlando going to hold it. Oh, and they touch. Oh. Orlando. Spanini going to try and keep it around the outside. Has the inside, the better line. Looks like he's going to keep it. They're locking wheels.
Oh, my God. It's going to come.
Orlando down the inside. And they touch across the line.
Orlando.
Oh.
I have Orlando as my one.
Yeah. Spanini P2 by 13 hundredths.
My goodness.
Oh, man. We'll see if that gets taken to the stewards right there. But, yeah. What an end. Orlando, last lap, holds it around the outside.
Does get close enough to capitalize on the penalties and secures himself P3. Thought I'd shout out Electric Blade, but oh my lord, what a ending.
Man, I'm sweating.
As Spanini's car is just parked. Yeah,
Spanini just sitting there in his car. Looks like we have a Mercedes there as well, right there. They're both just talking to each other on the grid as our last few guys cross the line.
F7R.
So we got a car parked there. Man, yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to see if that gets taken to the stewards. I don't think it will. I think it's just rough racing right there on the last corner. But
shout out to Fiverr for being our driver of the day.
Yeah, congrats to Fiverr. If you want to go down the grid, I'm going to try and get these guys in here for some post-race interviews. But yeah, let's see. Orlando, Spanini, and Electric Blade. Let's see. Spanini. Electric.
I'm learning that Deathstorm got a puncture, and that's why.
Ah.
So it's very clear that yes, those tires must have been dwindling. I know my question for our
Yeah,
top
right?
three,
Yeah, I guess
but I'll quickly run through our finishing order tentatively. Orlando P1, Spanini P2, Electric Blade P3, Matt Duo P4, Pablo 5, SR Frame 6, Fire Gap 7, Fivers 8, Big Mama Frank 9, and JD TV to round out the top 10 in points. Ka 11th, Kane 12th, F7R 13th, Bandoot 14th. Scroll down. Deathstorm 15th, Chewy 16th, Fragley 17th, and E Warren 18th.
Yeah, Fiverr driver of the day up 4 spots right there. Looks like you do only have one driver in here. If that is the case, we'll start with him, but we'll give it a second still. Well, yeah, I guess we'll start with Spanini here since he's the only one joining, but welcome to the booth. Definitely unfortunate for you that you got P2 right there, but that last lap battle was insane. What was going through your head there?
Not mess up. I kind of did at the end, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. Honestly, I wasn't when the rain started. It was I don't know. I didn't feel like I was as fast as Orlando was because he got through me pretty quick the moment like pretty much a lap after he pitted. So my mindset was just let's just get a podium. But then Matt Duo I think did a pretty good job defending Orlando for a long part, and I think that kind of hurt Orlando's. I don't know if his tires got worse, but he definitely slowed down somehow. And then they started tussling through Stowe, and then I somehow got around both of them.
Yeah, you kind
And
of
I
had
was like,
your through goes Hamilton moment right there.
yeah. So that was pretty cool. I was shaking a little bit, but then yeah, I just on that final lap, I just went through Stowe too tight. I think I could have went a lot wider there and kept a bit more speed because he pretty much pulled right alongside me. And after that, it's like 50-50. It's so slippery on the inside line there. I was pretty much skating all the way to the finish line. It's a good thing I didn't DNF before the finish line. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Gotta ask, and obviously I know every driver is different, but we were seeing people pit a second time for fresh inters. Were your tires screaming at you towards the end there?
Oh yeah, I think they were high 70s, and I was thinking about it too, but I was just a little too because I wanted to react to what they were gonna do in front of me. But then I was like looking behind. I didn't want to fight through traffic and whatever uncertainty there would be there trying to get through the field. So I just kind of I just followed what Orlando and Matt Duo were doing, and then yeah, it was a weird race.
That is impressive. Well,
Very fun.
congrats on P2.
Yeah,
Thank you,
congratulations. Oh wait, did you ask him what his tires were at the end there?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
78.
Yeah, my fronts were gone. My rears, I think they're like 15% better than my fronts. My fronts were just every corner was just understeer towards the end there. But I mean that was the case. I'm pretty sure for everyone near me. So just pretty much just try to do what I could there.
Yeah, well, congratulations on the P2. Definitely a nice tight race there. But yeah, we'll hope to see you in here next time in Mexico next week. So congratulations again.
Not a great track for me, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, thank you for commentating.
Yeah, but I think that will do it for the stream today. Again, I'm commentating alongside Zenki if you want to say anything.
Truthfully, another great race here in AM2, and like I said at the beginning, Another night in the rain for AM2.
Yep.
The boys handled it well. An incredible battle for not just the lead, but top 3. I enjoyed it.
I did too. But yeah, thank you guys for joining, and we'll see you next week in Mexico. Peace.